Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
right, race fans, here we go. Tonight, Clean Racing League. We got Lucas Oil. Caleb, I'm not 100% knowledgeable on this track here, Lucas Oil. Tricky style track.
Yeah, I mean, from my past experiences with the track, it's my only experience is in an Xfinity car here, and these corners can really sneak up on you if you're not paying attention, especially coming off the corners. The wall is there, but as soon as you come off the corner, heavy back onto the throttle, and then you're back onto the brakes again. So I mean, I don't how many trucks we got here tonight? 30 trucks. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how they take on IRP, and
when I saw the
yeah.
IRP, you know what I thought of first? Richmond International. That's what came to mind. I thought that's what it was at first.
Yeah, no, it's just Lucas Oil.
I know. When I saw the IRP, I said, "Oh, we're at Richmond." Because Richmond's like was IR or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Ross Tatum on pole. Ross Tatum on pole tonight, and then Jordan Trask, who I believe this is his second race with us in this series, made the cutoff to where these new drivers are able to join in race. One driver we would like to point out before we actually get going, Frederick Garcia. This is his 200th start.
Hopefully maybe we can get him up here. Hopefully now it's the Clean Racing League, Caleb, and I always say, it's in their name, it's Clean Racing. But if there is a caution, hopefully maybe Fred's out there in the we can bring him up and get a word with him, because I was fortunate enough, Caleb, to do a race where he got in the top 3, got the interview. It was so exciting, because I talk about old Fred, man. I like Fred. He's out here and has fun, week in and week out.
Yeah, and it's fun to do something you enjoy, and to do it 200 times, especially in one league. It is a lot. I think I was looking at stats. He has over 20,000 laps in this series alone. So that's big. We're going green here. Ross Tatum leading the field here. 91 truck.
And a good Coca-Cola machine out there with green flag night. Lucas Oil here tonight on Monday nights. Appreciate everybody tuning in out there. Got your favorite driver. Like you just said, tight style track here. You got to be really, really careful. Not a lot of room in the turns. Kind of drives. I mean, it is kind of a bigger style track, but it kind of drives like a short track.
You can see in the corner how narrow it really is once they're 2x2. Especially here, like just how tight the track really is.
That battle right there for 5th shows you.
I would say these, especially stock cars, are massive on this track, and it really shows. Maybe once they get single filed out, as we're on board with Zachary Peterson here, I don't think we've seen him a lot recently. I think we got a caution on the track.
Yeah, Jeffrey Weimer, unfortunately, around. Let's go back there and see what happened to him. Find out he's down low. Okay. Well, I always like that paint job he's got, because all of a sudden, drove it in the turn just a little hard, probably right there, and spun around. All right. Yeah, it was back to Zachary Peterson. You're right. I haven't seen him in a while. So hopefully everything's going okay with him. But you're right. He was one of the regulars for him.
Yeah, and even made the playoffs last season. Wasn't able to participate and make the championship. He kind of missed a few races, but happy to have him back. See him on the track. be one of the 30 trucks. You know, it's it. One thing I will say about this season, I want to say it's rare for a league in iRacing, but I've been in many leagues where they'll start off at Daytona and it'll be 28, 30 trucks, cars, whatever car we're running, vehicle, and then you'll go to the next race and it'll be like 17. I don't think we've had a race below 20 this entire season, and you know, having 30 trucks. I think last week the unchartered car limit got implemented. There's only a 10 unchartered truck limit, and we had 12 show up last week, so two trucks got bumped. So that was kind of fun to watch it unfold. I'm happy I'm not racing, because I probably wouldn't make it, but
You got it.
Let's see. I'm trying to look at the points. I don't really see them.
I didn't see Fred up here in the Discord, but he's back there right now, 26. While you're trying to find points there. You know, 77, like I say, making his 200 start here. Fred Garcia right there. Fred Man's what I call him. Out here just riding, having fun. Got the jiu-jitsu truck out there, new one. Usually, I always like to see kind of wild. He used to drive around with food trucks a lot. And I'd be like, you make me hungry back there. Fred. Having fun out here tonight. Lights off on the police truck. That. Here, who your favorite drivers out there? I see you out there, Stam. You said, go Sean. See Sean Stam. I'm gonna have to say that's who.
22nd in the 9 truck. Oh, real quick.
Sure.
The point standings are getting pretty tight here. But we're about to go back green, and maybe when we sync file out, I'll break it down a little bit,
Sure.
as Ross is gonna bring us back green here. The 91 truck.
Yeah, it looks like a top dominant style track too. He wants to get up on that top side real quick.
You know, it looks very flat, but
It does, yeah. Not much banking.
Not much banking at all. And you know, I'm not.
New Hampshire.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's similar, just way smaller, really.
Or North Wilkesboro, yeah. At the turn.
Yeah,
those two
I
are
was-
like.
I was gonna say North Wilkes. I don't know. These short track styles, I'm just not my cup of tea. I'm just not very good at them.
Nah, I'd be way back there in the back just riding around scared if I was here. That'd be me.
Holding on to the wheel.
Yeah, hold on, going, guys, watch out, don't get around me. Good battle here in ninth place. That's Mike Haynes, Nathan Brown, one of the old timers here. Him and the Only Dads team out there. They changed it around. You know, kind of a spinoff from the Only Fans, so the Only Dads, I guess. I don't know if they've got a website or anything that y'all want to check out, but yeah. What's going on, Terry? Good luck, Dusty in the 35.
6th place.
Oh, he's 5th. Well, he's actually doing good then. Just right there. Nice looking truck, too.
Say trying to hold off Bryson Clark, who is that's a new name. I don't think I've heard that one before.
Turtleback Trailer Boys. What? You got to give us some info on that one out there, Terry. Is that what is another Dusty? But what is the Turtleback Trailer Boys? Is that a movie?
You know
or is
what?
That what?
You remember when he won Daytona and he talked about how he played in a band? That could be his band.
Yeah, good. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
So,
Let's see. Well,
yeah,
we got Blake right behind him. Let's see if we can see what's running. Real Country Thursday. Yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it checks out.
yeah. We got
but
Posty out there rooting for him.
Say now since we've kind of single filed out and we don't really have a lot going on. Point standings. Yes. So Evan Kinney is not here tonight. He was 20. He is 23 points above the cut line. Tyler Honeycutt is -12. So Evan is sitting 8th out of 10 trucks that will make it. Rob Sherwood is +21 in 9th. Tyler Pursley is +12. Let's see, is Tyler Pursley here? He is in 28th place.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, he's way back there in the back.
So if you know, and I hope he can keep it on. Oh, we got one in the wall.
Yeah, I was watching him back there while he was doing the points. Those guys back there kind of slamming the wall back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of delayed there. I kind of just glanced over and seen one in the wall. Sorry about that. Yeah, so if as long as Tyler Honeycutt can keep it on the right side of the wall,
okay,
and on the racetrack and finish tonight, he should be back in playoff contention. Because he is out. Eric Anderson is out -23. Chris Smith -28, and then Bradley Murphy -43, and it just kind of goes 40s and 50s beyond that. So those guys are really going to need a win to really change their season.
You bring that up too right there with Honeycutt. And this is a style track where, and I see out there Donnie was just saying it, good luck tonight there to Tyler. Don't get caught up in an accident. This is one of these tracks where you basically, you're on eggshells, because it's got that short track feel to it. And you don't want to get caught up in somebody's mess. So you're always, kind of on like I say, on that eggshells, you're always kind of in. So you really just kind of take it easy unless you got a very, very fast truck like Ross is out front and can get to the front. But if you're going to get marred back here in traffic, way back, like let's put that right here where Rob Sherwood is, around 14th, you just got to take it easy and kind of run your own race here at a track like that.
Yeah, and we're on Rob Sherwood here. He started in the back. He's up 16 positions so far. Oh, we had a few in the wall back there. Off of turn 4.
They're beating and banging back there.
I would say there was like 3 of them. They all followed each other into the wall. But Rob Sherwood's making pretty good time. I don't really know if he's going to be able to do anything more. Given the way the track is, and now he's starting to catch some of the.
At this point, he's going to pick them off one by, and this is what you want. You want to get single file, get in a rhythm. A guy like Sherwood here is trying to come through the field. Pick them off one by one. If the guys in front are up there battling, well, just kind of let them settle out a little bit. You've got time at this point. It's not like it's 30, 20 or 10 laps to go. You got some time. Be careful. You were talking about the guys back here in the back. They were beating each other half to death earlier back there, tearing the wall down. Which, again, I guess it's easy to do at this track.
Yeah, it absolutely. Oh, right.
Oh, whoa! Well,
Matthew
we
Dyer.
were just talking. Whoops. Matthew Dyer, too. Wow. All right, let's go back and see what happened to him. And he's right there. I don't know if he was the actual cause of it. Nope. It's the 74 got in a little hard. Dyer almost had it cleared. Oh, my Lord. Oh, and then Chris Smith, just a little glove tap to the side. And that shows how narrow this track is. Nowhere to go. Good job by Matthew right there, not trying to move, let everybody pass. But, yeah, that was just, I didn't turn a little hard there, and unfortunately Matthew nowhere to go. Everybody else kind of just trying to get around.
Yeah, the 74 of Jeremy Moore getting into the back of Joe Spinelli. Getting the 86 loose, and he overcorrects into Matt Dyer. Very unfortunate.
That's some heavy hitter names too, by the way. Back in the back, Dyer now is going to be there. Sherwood's on pit road. That's going to put him back in the back. But you've got to look. We got Mr. Carey's there, the Moyer. Some of the guys were used to sitting up here, and a track like this can do that to you. You could easily get caught up on something, or just get marred back in the back.
Yeah, and Matthew Dyer was one of those drivers, 44 back, 15th in the points. he really needed a good night. I believe he was involved in an accident last weekend as well, or last week. Um,
Okay.
so back-to-back weeks. I, very unfortunate. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get that truck repaired back onto the racetrack.
Yeah. Good.
But
Fair.
yeah, I mean, he
They
went
got a
airborne.
fast fix, don't? No, they don't have fast fix.
No, not in this league. No.
Okay, well, didn't look like he got too much. He obviously had that side smash. Unlike Moyer, Moyer able to get the heaviest hit. Got to be. Justin Carrier must have got a little. Yeah, Justin got a little. Fortunately. Who was the biggest? Oh, him. Yep, 86. And you can see his front end. Yeah, he's missing a fender.
Let's say when he went to go correct. When he went to go correct, he kind of just went nose first. Yeah, you can see the right front splitter is kind of angled up.
Missing the right whole fender.
Let's see what we got.
The right whole fender, if you look at it. I'll show you. Right there, see?
Oh, wow.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, that's definitely not going to help.
Now, it might be interesting. We haven't really talked too much about. I mean, it does seem like if it, short track wise, a bigger style short track, but maybe if he stays in tucked up behind somebody, it might not hurt him too bad. We'll have to see. It's set to go back green here. It's been all Ross Tatum though out front. Coca-Cola man there. He's about to fly here. Lucas Oil, he wants to get that jump out front and clear the man on the outside of Jamie Horn, who has actually turned it up here lately. Tatum right there, low in it. Joshua Altice, he's right there too. Now, remember, usually Altice, he's kind of quiet. Usually see him towards the end of races a lot.
Yeah,
he says, heck with it, I'm coming to the front.
Yeah, and that's tire saving and fuel saving. He generally saves it for the end. We had a lot of drivers pit. 13th on back, all pitted. 4 tires, fuel. Rob Sherwood being one of them. So he's probably
him out. Well, Stam didn't. Stam actually didn't take it. So Clark would be the first one on new tires.
One thing I will say, the ticker is stuck on 1 lap.
Oh.
And
doing that again this week. Right.
Yeah. I glanced over and I just realized Yeah, so.
All right.
Yeah, we're riding on board with. Oh, we got another yellow out.
Well, that's a product of this track, folks. I'm gonna just tell you right off the bat. I'd assume I flip sticker. Oh no, gotta get the replay on that one.
It's all good. Let's see. Just to kind of fill some time, I will go through the entirety of the point standings right now. So, Lane Holsler has 4 wins on the season. He's won 4 times, 4 checkered flags. Absolutely dominant this season. He is first place in the points. Made the playoffs. He's good. He's locked in. Jacob Grant, he is in on a win. Dusty Martin, also in on a win. Now going to people in points, like point situations. The people currently in the playoff picture is Joshua Altus plus 60, Jeremy Moore plus 46, Nathan Brown plus 32, Ross Tatum plus 27, Evan Kinney, who is not here tonight, plus 23, Rob Sherwood plus 21, Tyler Pursley plus 12. That is your 4th place to 10th in the points. These are people that are, if the race did not happen today and this was the first race of the playoffs, these people would be fighting for a championship. People that are currently looking to get into the playoffs, you have Tyler Honeycutt, minus 12. Eric Anderson, minus 23. Chris Smith, minus 28. Bradley Murphy, minus 43. Matthew Dyer, who we saw involved in that accident earlier, minus 44. Brendan Gardner, minus 45. You know, and then you have names like Justin Carey, minus 59, 21st in the points. You know, someone who's generally fighting for wins that far back. However, I don't think he's met the. Actually, no, he has. Sorry about that. Yeah, But those are the people that are in contention. You know, and it's starting to. I would like to think that. I would like to think that Joshua Altus is locked in on points. He is plus 60. He has been very consistent this entire like season. And let's see, if we're at IRP here. The next race is Talladega, and that is the regular season end. So next week is the final race of the regular season, and it is at Talladega, 75 laps. So, but we are going back green here. We were riding on board with the 89 of Bryson Clark, 12th place. I don't know if you can switch it to the leaders. Getting a little squirrely there, 3 wide. Oh, no, they're back 2 wide now. The 73 sending it into the corner. Rob Sherwood on the low side of the 89. You know, and Rob needs, you know, just as long as he can make it to the end, he'll be fine. You know, he's always good with saving tires. There's Eric Anderson in the 43. Needs a good points day. He's currently 2 places back from the playoffs. As we're on board with 90. We got it. Good. We're on board with Joshua Altus on the 94, or in the 94, second place, currently chasing down Ross Tatum, who is his teammate for SMV Motorsports.
Big battle going on back here. We were talking about Zachary Peterson earlier. Trying to get on that. He's trying to get that top side. I'm gonna tell you what, if you get, looks like you get, you know, normally we talk about, you know, short tracks, you get caught up on the high side and you go, you know, way as Peterson just blinked and did he disconnect?
He's gone.
Did we just lose? Uh-oh. Maybe that was the reason why he hasn't been. Maybe he's been having some internet issues.
Yeah, his whole telemetry is gone. Oh no, he's back. Now he's 1 lap down.
Oh man, you want to talk about a crusher? You know, folks, we are in a virtual world. Now, and look, even the broadcaster up here has technical difficulties. You see the drivers out there having them too. The virtual world, sometimes there's things that you cannot control. You know, yeah, I'd like to bang my head against the wall like there with the ticker part. Like, come on, man, you know, what's going on? I do the same thing every week, you know, like clockwork, but sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. The drivers are out here like you're just driving, you know, Peterson, they're battling there, Caleb, and next thing you know, blink, and now he's a lap down. It's like, really?
And, you know, you just seen right there, Eric Anderson loose off turn 4, saved it, and the 00 Tyler Pursley, I believe we're under yellow again. They're going really slow.
We are. Like Crank Bell. And involved with that one, went off track here. Let's just go back and see what happened to him. Guys getting a little loose coming off the turns here with this one. That's the 14 man right there. And not sure if he had help or if he just kind of just overdrove a little bit. Watch the white machine right there behind. Oh no, truck in front of him got in the wall. He tried to go under, and then just how tight this track is. We've talked about it, and nowhere to go, and looped it around.
You know, that's something that's very easy to do. You know, you see the truck in front take the corner, and you just want to match their speed. And you know, it when you are following so close to the truck in front, you are driving through their windshield. And
Nice.
I am not like I do this when I used to race. I want to be so close to you, I make you uncomfortable. But
I gotta
sometimes
ask you
I'll
a
miss
question
my
here. The top. Well, I'm only getting telemetry because I've had to redo some things over here since this caution here, lap 44. I'm not sure how many of the top 15 have pitted since then. Has Ross came in to pit and whatnot, but everyone from 16 back coming in to pit.
Yeah, and I don't think they have.
Okay.
Nope.
What's up,
No,
Brent?
no, no. Actually, I think they have. However, if we could go to the 79 truck, I see Brent Thompson.
Brent.
Yeah, Jordan Trass.
Yep,
So
Gordon Trash out there. What's up, Brent? How you doing?
showing some love to the 79
PS
truck here.
iRacing League in your corner. All right. Nice to have you out there, Brent. It's good to have some guys out there rooting for him too. You know, I always like the family member. I know Sandra's got to be out there. I haven't seen her in the last couple of weeks. We were just talking about too Jamie Horn, who was up front, but he just pitted. Now he's back marred in some traffic. All Ross Tatum up front.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and these tracks are really his forte. You know, tracks where you have to drive,
Right.
and like the tracks where as long as you can break free, he can control the tempo of the race. You know, and you know we see it with drivers like Lane Holsler. You know, we're talking about it with Ross Tatum here, Rob Sherwood. Whenever he gets up front, you know, drivers like that, they can control the tempo of the race, and so
Yeah.
far Ross has been dominant.
Oh yeah.
40,
And I think it's one of these tracks
48 laps.
too. It's kind of one of those track position style tracks. I mean, we haven't run a long green flag run, so I'm not 100%. But I think if you're marred in the back, you're going to need some help like Rob Sherwood with these cautions have really helped him get up to the front because up 26 spots.
Yeah, and he's up 26. Lane Holzer's up 16. And this is really Ross's first time seeing
Talk about
these
Lane,
two.
haven't we?
So, well, he's going for number 5 here. So,
Yeah, we can't
pretty-
not talk about him. I mean, the man has dominated the series so far this season. He has had some bad races though. I mean, like you said, up 16 spots, so he didn't get qualified very well. As you see Ross take off right there along with Lane. Nathan Brown's up there, good run for him. With Rob, unfortunately, he's going to get stuck down the inside unless he can get up to the top. Battle for the lead, battle for second.
yeah, side by side for third place here. Nathan Brown. Yeah, Nathan Brown, Rob Sherwood. Rob Sherwood's going to want this third place. Oh, contact. There goes Brown.
Oh, woo!
Good save.
Yeah, it was, because we've seen that happen a couple times here tonight. And it ended up in a disaster, but that just shows you how narrow this track is. I don't think 3 wide is going to work back there, Joshua, man. Maybe that's where that patience got to come in.
Ooh.
I know you want to get through the front, but you wreck. You don't want to wreck. It's like, hey, look, and I get it. He's on new tires. He's the first one that I'm seeing that's on new tires. It's dangerous. You want to get to the front. The problem is you don't want to get into somebody else's problem. And there's the wreck. Oh, no. Fred's involved. We got a lot of them. And yeah, this is the big one.
Tyler Honeycutt in the 20.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Tyler
that
was
was-
involved with that one.
That was massive.
So pretty much started right there with the 0. He was a little wiggly. Altus right there low. You see the 69 got there. I think the 00 had to check up. Wasn't clear up top. Next thing you know, boom, it's a pile up. I mean, it's a mess on the track. Wow.
She is here in the chat, by the way.
Yeah. I said, hey, Sandra, what's going on? Good to see you back.
Yeah,
Watch him back here with Honeycutt. He sees it up in front. And this guy's right there. Ooh.
It stemmed from the contact between, and this happened in front, but all it takes is a little bit of contact in front and a checkup, and what we just saw can happen. You know, the contact.
Narrow here.
Absolutely. And the contact between Nathan Brown and Wayne Chapman and the 3 truck is really what sparked the checkup.
No, he's up front there, by the way, Brent. He was clear. Never, Donnie out there. Look, Donnie, we feel for you, man. Look, I know early it never fails. You know what do we say? Short track racing, I guess. You know, I mean,
yeah.
What do you do? It's almost like Talladega and Daytona there, Caleb. I mean, what do you do? There's nothing. Sometimes you're in a good spot. I mean, like the 79 here. I know you was asking that Brent. He was way ahead of all this. So you're in the right spot. Sometimes you're just not in the right spot at the right time. Unfortunate. But that does, you know, you were talking about points earlier, and that kind of could shake it up a little bit.
Absolutely. And, you know, like I said, Tyler Honeycutt, -12 going into the race. He needed a good points day and involved in that wreck. I don't think he has much damage. However, he did get hit pretty hard.
Look at his truck here. Go ahead.
Yeah, he did get.
Oh, look at his truck.
I say he did get hit by the 18 truck. The 18 truck was decelerating, so I think he's fine. He may have some bent steering, but I think he's fine.
Look at all the fenders here, and they all look pretty straight. So again, we don't know what it looks like, you know, like you just said, as far as steering or anything like that. As far as the fenders go, though, the truck does look pretty straight right now. Fortunate for him, he's only in 19th, so he has time to bounce back.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we still have a little less than 100 laps. I think like 94-ish to go. So a lot of racing still left. Hopefully, we can go green for an extended period of time. I would hope. But you know, this many trucks, this small of a track, you can't exclude short tracks from the schedule. You know, it's like leaving out a road course. You can't do it. You know, so you know, they're part of the racing. You have to have it. It's just sometimes this is what the racing is. As we're going back green, once again, the 91 of Ross Stadium leading us.
And you've got Sherwood right there with Hoosler. He's up our man. They're side by side. Those two guys, man, know how to race against each other. And you know, we go back here too with Altus. As you see, he's again 3 wide. I get it. You got new tires, but with those new tires, it'd be me. And where we're sitting at this track, let those guys up front, man, fan out and get, you know, single file. Then I'm gonna start picking them off with the tires that I got. A little dangerous on the 3 wide, but right now, Tatum and company up front, leading. Yeah, I mean,
we got a wreck in the
trucks
back.
in the back. Yeah, dude, it's a big one. Jordan Brockle, and Nathan Brown and Jeremy Weaver.
Oh no, that was a 73 truck. Sorry, that 3 looks like
right
a 5.
here with Jordan. I don't know if it was him. Started with him, but we will ride with him and see.
Oh wow!
He just got tagged, yeah, from the back. Unfortunate. And Nathan Brown able to go, and then 75 just locked it up, spun around.
And you know, listen. I hate being this guy, but I feel like I said it when we went to oh man, where was it? Hang on, I know what track it was. It was the Milwaukee Mile. There it was.
Yeah.
when we went to Milwaukee, and we had a lot of cautions because people were spinning. People need, especially the drivers here, you know, I don't know how many cautions we've had, what, 6, 7, somewhere in there. What I'm getting at is, we're not even halfway through the race, and we've already had that many cautions. I think we need to, first of all, slow down. I know we're on a racetrack, but we need to have patience. These drivers need to have patience, especially when they're running. If you're struggling 2 by 2, don't go 3 wide. I know we didn't see it right there, you know, and then also, if you see the trucks are slower going into the corner, don't send it in the same lane. That's, you know.
And you're speaking the truth. I mean, that's really the only way to solve a lot of the issue out here, because I'm seeing the same thing. Is patience. Everybody's going to have different braking zones here, because you obviously are probably going to have to use the brakes at this track. Everybody's going to have a different braking zone, letting off the gas, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I mean, I agree with you. It's pretty much a pace. And if you're on newer tires, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Great, you can send it 3 wide. Your truck will hold, but the other 2 that you're trying to send 3 wide with might not. Now, you might make it through the wreck, but then you might actually cause a wreck doing it that way. And you know, why not just give it a lap or 2, let everybody single out, and then just pair them up with those new tires? You know, pick them off one by one.
Yeah, and we have drivers here that, based off this race right now, and it's gonna sound really bad. We have drivers here that are making single-player career moves, like they're playing NASCAR Heat, but we're not. That's not what we're doing. You know, there's consequences to what we're doing here. So, I don't know. I don't like getting frustrated up here, but I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see a green flag run, Joe.
Yeah, and you know, a product of the track. I mean, look, I've said it a million times. It's in their name, Clean Racing League. These guys are very clean, but there are some tracks. You spoke of it earlier. There's just some tracks that just breed cautions, and I don't care how good you are. I have seen it over the years. Some of the best. It happens to them. As we're getting set to go green. I mean, Ross Tatum right now has shown out front that you can get it done, along with Lane Hoosler right there with him, and Rob Sherwood. Those 2 guys, you know, looking strong. You got Bryson Clark, Mike Haynes, Jeremy Moyer, who was caught up in a little incident early on in the race, back up here in the 6th. You know, Wayne Chapman. But the guy on the move right here, Joshua Altus, he's on newer tires. This is where I was talking about, you know, with a guy like that, you're going to have to be a little patient. You're going back a little bit more here with even like Jamie Horn. Jamie Horn's on a newer set of tires than most of these guys. You have to understand the situation. Let them get single file. You're going to be way faster than them. Pick them off one by one at that point. You don't want to get yourself involved in a wreck. It is frustrating as a driver, as a viewer, but hey, it's exciting too.
Oh, absolutely. But like, you know, talking about the drivers with fresher tires, it is not the job of the truck in front of you to let you go.
Right.
You were racing. They are on the same path as you. They stayed out for a reason. They're trying to have track position. You know, so if you want to send it 3 wide or make a move that's really aggressive, that's fine. Just remember that when their tires slip, because they're on however many lap old tires, you put them there. So, you know.
Yeah. And we as viewers up here, we see that. It's exciting for us to see stuff like that too, but it is frustrating as drivers. One thing I am seeing about this track is it is very slick. You know, these guys are very loose right now, whether you're on new or older tires. It is harder to pass. I mean, you can see them coming off the turn.
Oh, wrecking the back.
Yeah, I see that way back there in the back. Rocco again, unfortunately. Gordon, and this time,
yeah, he's done.
His night might be done because that motor is going boom, 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 boom. Let's go back and see what happened. I saw those guys back there slipping and sliding. So I was kind of bringing it up as we got up into the wall a little bit. Got a little tight. Oh, and then it just overcorrected. Ouch.
Yeah,
That was hard hit.
yeah. I mean, he tried. I don't know.
Now, interesting here. Again, I'm not 100% sure how well my telemetry is here, folks. But what I'm showing is Ross Tatum and Rob Sherwood have yet to pit. Now, I'm not saying they haven't pitted in probably one of these other cautions. But, you know, when I was fiddling with the ticker earlier, I lose all that past info. I'm only caught up to lap 44, which is where I'm showing Joshua Altus, who was pitted along with Grant, Jamie Horn, Kerry, and Stam. They are the ones that pitted at lap 44. Then Matthew Dyer, who got caught up in that wreck earlier, pitted at lap 52. Chris Smith there at 44. Dustin at 52. Rayburn at 53. Nathan Brown at 59. And then you've got this Murphy there at 52. And then you got everybody else who just pitted now at 69. So, if everything is correct, at what point does the tires fall off here? Because I've not seen them fall off enough for guys to just come flying through the field. Now, Joshua Altai should, in theory here, Caleb, if Tatum and Sherwood has not pitted at all, be able to go by these two guys easily.
It's hard to it's hard to judge tire wear when we're only getting 3-4 lap green flag runs.
That's true.
Now, speaking about Joshua Altus, if he's going to go, he needs to get it done early in case we have another caution. If Rob Sherwood or Ross Tatum get passed on this start, next caution they will pit. No doubt in my mind they will pit.
Yeah. Good news is Josh, well, it all depends on where Tatum puts him. Josh is going to be on that inside probably, which shouldn't hurt him too bad, but we've not seen the inside lane be the ideal place if you get stuck down there for too long, whether you have new tires or old tires. That truck definitely has become really loose down on that inside. They're all over the track coming off the turn, so kind of curious. I'm interested to see here. Be here in about a lap.
And you know, you talking about the bottom lane not getting, you know, they're kind of struggling a little bit. You know, you're seeing the trucks slide up the track, and you know, these people sending it 3 wide and they're sliding up, and that's kind of causing some of these incidents. You know, it just kind of goes back to patience. I really hope we can get a green flag run, and I'll say it every time.
Hey, I'm with you.
So
I know these guys are capable. They're good. They're good drivers out here, all of them. Here we go. Pace truck's in. I say go back green here. Ross Tatum been the man out front all night long. Definitely don't want to spin those tires on the start. Him and Sherwood get a very good jump. Altus is right there. Now he's going to have to deal with Grant. Grant's going to stick his nose in there. He thought better of it. He said, you know what, let me just follow Altus here for a minute. Got Jamie Horn. And this is what I was talking about. This is where your patience comes in. You know you're going to be faster than Sherwood. Let him just single filed out. Then start working on him.
yeah, and you know, Josh Altus has those special tires. You know, the top 3 SMB Motorsports right now. I know Josh wants to lead. You know, he's a 2-time champion in the series. We got another one.
That one, yeah. Oh, Joe. Nelly. Benelli spin it. The inside, he's already had some damage from the 4, unfortunately. Inside, had some help or check up in front, or no, just lost a little bit too much. Had a little too much throttle coming off the turn right there. Looped it around.
And you know, one thing I will say is, you know, I watch the Coca-Cola series, the eNASCAR series, on Tuesdays when they run. And I've seen races where it's caution filled, and those are professionals. So, you know, like that's what they get paid to do. But, you know, some of these drivers in this race have been involved in multiple incidents. You know, and I don't know, Joe.
Well, I mean,
know.
It's a tough one. It is, and you know that's the fun. I mean, hey, look, you're frustrated. Imagine how the drivers are feeling out here on this track. From what I'm seeing, though, is some treacherous driving conditions. Now, Ross is making it look easy. All right, if we talk to Ross, he's probably like, yeah, you know, I'm out running. Or he might play it off as, yeah, man, it's really bad out here. But from what we're seeing, he's making it look easy. But from the drivers in the back, yeah, when you're too wide and you're back there racing, you're getting loose, you're getting tight, you know, and it looks like coming off the turns, these things, you know, the rear ends want to come out from under you, or, you know, front ends want to fly to the wall. It can get frustrating. Some tracks are just that way. Gateway comes to mind a lot, and that in Phoenix. Those two tracks, I don't know.
Yeah, you know, Phoenix is definitely one of them. It's really hot. I will be right back. I'm going to go talk to some of the drivers real quick, see what they're thinking, and I'll be right back.
They're thinking it's a tough track.
Yeah, I'm going to go see what they're thinking about the track and the track conditions, and I'll come back and I'll tell you what they're thinking. I'm going to hop into 2 chats real quick. Do a little in-race reporting.
Well, we'll let him do that. But I'm going to kind of tell you what he's going to say when they come back. Track's real slick. We're kind of having to hang on. Treacherous racing conditions. There's only one groove. You got to get what you can get on the start. That's pretty much what you're going to see right here. Ross Tatum needs to clear Altus, but Altus has those better tires. And with those better tires, which, you know, even I've seen here, though, at this point, though, even with Joshua, Altus with the better tires, those tires now have gotten run down because he's had to come to the field, he's had to do some battles, so they're not quite as good as what they were. And, you know, Ross has just been on another level here all night long. Earlwood's been able to hold his own. It's starting to be like almost like a track position style race to me. Obviously, we haven't had a long green flag run, so I don't know. If we was to have, let's say, 30, 40, 50 lap long green flag run, I would say that the guy, you know, in Altus Grant Horn's position would eventually overtake the guys with older tires. But with these cautions, yeah, you can see, man, Tatum just gets that jump. Altus is going to have the position here on the outside. Another thing you brought up there, and we've talked about time and time again, is it's not the guy in the front's position just to move out your way. Altus is going to have to find a way to get around him as, well, we got a big one in the back. So I'll pretty much finish what I'm saying right there, but that has collected a bunch of trucks here. And we're going to go through this one. It's going to ride with Chris Smith at first. He's one of the trucks involved with it. He's right there in the front. He's in that number 5 machine down low. Just gets punched in the back. And then from there, just a narrow style track, nowhere to go. Everybody's checking up. You see some trucks in the front back there spin around. We'll actually go with one of them. That's actually might be Mike. Nope. Was it Paul? No, it's not Paul. Jeremy? Oh, yeah, Jeremy. This is 74, my bad. Let's see what the 74 is. 74, uh-oh. Jeremy Moyer involved again. So kind of multiple incidents there. Started up there with Chris Smith. Unfortunately, got punched in the back. So we're going to ride here with 74. Machine of Jeremy Moyer, who kind of got caught up on it a little bit. Got through. And then I'm going to have to come off the mic here just a minute because my dogs are about to go crazy unless y'all want to hear them barking in the background. They get excited over the races too. Moyer had it cleared, and then boom! Oh, the 31 out of nowhere. He's going, you got to be kidding me. I'm not buying a lottery ticket. And you can just see right there how narrow the track is, how it just fills up. Nowhere to go. Everybody had to slam on brakes. But, yeah, big one here in the back. And now we've got Tatum finally pitted, get his 4 tires, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you that right there, Ross Tatum might be able to take this thing to the all the way to the end. But yeah, Caleb, big one in the back.
Yeah, and you know, just 2 different people breaking at 2 different times. You know, especially on a track like this. I did talk to some of the High Five Racing guys for a brief moment before we went green. I asked them how the track felt. You know, because we've been seeing a lot of people, you know, losing it on their own and getting loose off the corner. They were saying that the track has way more grip than they expected. But over the course of the run, the rear will start to slide. So, I mean, pretty much what we're seeing is what was told to me. But yeah, they're also not very happy about the cautions, and I can imagine that. You know, look, listen. The pace truck has seen the front more than I'm pretty sure anyone else today.
The pace truck's going to win tonight.
Yeah, the pace truck's going to win tonight, especially if he gets out there a few more times. Yeah, no, it's just one of those races. You know,
I had a feeling. I appreciate that out there. Donnie just gave me an update out there too, so I appreciate that update.
You know, and you know, on road courses we don't have cautions, so
no.
People, you know, you wreck, you're on your own. So, but yeah, I really hope it's not like this next week at Talladega, because if all these drivers wreck next week at Talladega, it is not going to be a very fun race. So, yeah, for the first time tonight, someone else other than Ross Tatum is leading the green flag.
Green.
Here we go.
On the restart.
Altus, yeah, because Tatum actually pitted finally out there tonight. As Altus now is going to be the man up front. Sherwood, we did get an update out there. Donnie did say that Sherwood did pit prior to 44, so I kind of had a feeling he had to. I mean, because that was, yeah, he was holding his own pretty good up front. Matthew Dyer, though, impressive. Back up front here after being gotten that little bit of contact earlier on, so it hasn't slowed him down too much. Justin Carey, another veteran here, has done quite well. And old Nathan Brown right there, holding good. Remember earlier he had a little scare? He's been a bounce back up to 5th place spot.
Yeah, and then look, Tyler Honeycutt right behind him. He needs a good points finish. He's unless he wins, he's got to have another yellow flag here. He has to have good points to get into the playoffs. Eric Anderson here in the 43 and the 31 of James Rayburn. Oh, just was.
Man, I don't want to talk about a hit.
Yeah, and he's done for the day. He is.
Yeah, he's got to be done after that hit. We'll watch that one more time because that was a. And here's another thing. Where he hit, if that had been in real life, there's no safer barrier there. That would have been a solid strike in here, folks. Maybe a little bit too much throttle, and then bam! Also, whoever's standing behind that wall probably would have got a whole glimpse of get out of the way.
Yeah. Just duck real quick so the debris that comes over.
Yeah. Hit the deck.
But
oh. Wow.
Yeah, I mean that nasty impact for the 31 truck.
Sherwood's on pit road finally.
I say might as well load that one back onto the truck. Get him next week. So, but
So this brings up another good question here. You know, Altus pitted at 44. We've seen Sherwood and Tatum take this thing a long way, and with these type of cautions, do we see Joshua and them giving up the track position to come back in pit? Can they make it the distance? DES says he's better than that. Okay, well, hey, I ain't gonna take it away. He probably is better than that. This has been a tough track tonight. kind of been an up and down kind of style track. So he needs to be a little careful trying to come through the field. Don't want to get caught up in anything. So I'll give old Jordan credit. Up to 10th right now. Holding strong.
Let's see what we got here.
Who else has bounced back here? Let's see. We got Harry up there. Nathan Brown's done good. And Matthew Dyer's really the one who's got caught up early on in a mess. Do a snap back here to get up to second. Tyler Honeycutt, you talked about it, remember earlier? Well, evidently that truck did not get as hurt as bad as we thought. He's back up there to 5th, which is what he needs points-wise. You were talking about that earlier. Lane's been able to bounce back. He pitted at lap 69. He's back up to 7th. He's been awful quiet, but sneaking his way back to the front. Let's see who again. Jacob Grant was up there. He's back in 13th. But now you've got guys who moved up to the field. Let's see how well they do here, like Rob Sherwood, who just pitted. Now we're going to see, okay, can he modulate through that traffic? The cautions helped him early, but we've seen patterns like this before, Caleb. A lot of cautions beginning of the race, and then all of a sudden, boom, they miraculously get that long green flag run. If we get that long green flag run here, I think this actually could hurt Sherwood. We'll just have to wait and see, because we haven't seen all night. Who else we got in the back?
I don't think we've gone more than 10, 15 laps on a green flag run.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If it goes long, because I think Sherwood's banking on, hey, look, I'm gonna get some cautions. I'm gonna make it back to the front like I did before, with the help of those. But if we miraculously get that long green flag run,
Green flag.
we've seen how hard it is to pass here. Let's say that as we go back green, Altasi's obviously going to get the jump out front. Everybody going side by side, trying to get single file as fast as they possibly can. And then two, Sherwood doesn't want to get caught up in a mess if there is a caution in it. We've seen that happen a lot.
Yeah, we've seen 2 big ones so far tonight. A few on the wall coming off turn 4.
Guess what I was just talking about? And guess what? Truck in front of him just slapped the wall right in front of Sherwood. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly right there. You don't want to get caught up. But you can also see here how he's not in.
Oh, Reckon. Oh, that's Jacob Grant.
Oh, Jacob Grant, man, he's good. See, he was back there too. Just what we was talking about. You marred in traffic, you never know what happened. Let's see what happened here. Maybe got on the binders, went in that turn a little hard. You saw him. And 43.
There was a little bit of contact with the 89 truck of Bryson Clark to the right rear. If you just before he goes in, you can kind of see it unsettle the truck, and then that's when he slams into it. He was carrying a lot of speed, but there was also it wasn't that much.
Maybe just, and that's a product. Hey, look, I've got great tires. Sometimes it's just tough, I got new tires, running in there a little hard. Just put him. But again, what guys back there in the back, Sherwood and all those guys we were talking about, you got to watch out for. Don't want to get caught up in a mess, wrecks and stuff like that. Woo! Josh was loving it.
Yeah, the more of these, the better for him. I can, if we ride on board with him, I guarantee that clutch. Joshua Altus. That clutch is pushed in.
Okay, let's ride on board with him here and see what we got. Yep, they caught it at the right time, right there. Yep. Clutching.
So
he is clutching.
Yeah, he's going to try to make it.
Real quick, I don't want to cut you, but real quick, just for the fans and the viewers, if you're new and you're not understanding what we're talking about, there's 2 ways to tell to save fuel. Obviously, cut your ignition or clutch. And then one way that you can tell the difference on what a driver's doing, again, if you're new and hey, look, you're like, what are those guys talking about? I have no clue. You see how it's dropping to the 1,000 RPM? That means he's just smashing the clutch in and letting it drop. If he was killing the ignition, it would physically drop RPM all the way to 0 and then fire right back up. Because you can pop the clutch on these just like in a real car. If you I know this day and age, everybody's automatic. But when I grew up, you could ride down a hill and pop a clutch and actually crank a car that way. For all the people out there that didn't know.
Hey, another.
If you had a dead
another.
battery, there you go, Caleb. If you had a dead battery, you could push it down the hill and fire it off.
If going back to turning off the ignition, the lights would turn off on the dash. So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, all the lights.
And,
would-
you know,
all
we
the
assume,
gauges would turn.
me and you assume, because, you know, we're familiar with this stuff. You know, everybody knows. You know, somebody out there might not know. You know, not saying that y'all don't, but I have some viewers out there that don't. But what he's basically doing is he's saving fuel, like you were saying there, Caleb. And now this brings up that question. Is he going to take this thing the distance? If these cautions keep up, I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes, he's not pitting again.
Hang on,
Okay.
we're not going green.
Because I'm not
We're
giving
going
up the
green.
track position. We've seen how hard it is to try to get it back. So, I mean, what's your take on it?
He last pitted on lap 44.
Yes.
I know this league is 75% capacity on the fuel.
Okay.
I don't really know what those numbers are looking like.
Yeah, because we hadn't had a really good green flag run to see.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Generally I would ask some of the drivers.
Will they
But,
tell you?
I mean-
Will any one of them tell you?
At this point, probably.
Yeah. Usually they tell us at the end of the race. They don't tell us at the beginning because they don't want to, get out.
Yeah. It's
Everybody's had different, strategies. In a nutshell, I have not seen the tires really help all that much because it's so hard to pass here. And then we talked about the 3 wide, how dangerous it is to do that here as we're getting set to go back green. You do have a couple folks back here like Tyler Honeycutt who did pit on lap 69. So we're definitely going to have a lot fresher tires, but he's not been able to have the run, like the green flag run, to be able to move up as we go back green. Altus gets to jump on the field. Dyer right there with him. Honeycutt, he does have the preferred line up there on that top side. I mean, to him, he's going to want to get single file and then maybe try to pick those 2 guys off up there. But he's also got on his inside Justin Carey, who is, never mind, wearing a caution. We got a big one in the back again here. Let's see. Old Crank Bell. Crank Bell in the 14 machine. Got a little bump and then just truck came around on him, and then from there it's kind of just a chain reaction. Whew.
I'm at a loss.
Involved with that one.
I'm
Yeah,
at a
I'm
loss
at a
for
loss
words.
on that one. That one's kind of just. I mean, you're stuck right. Yeah, it looks like the guy in front. That's basically it. I talked about that earlier. One guy in front has a different braking zone than you. He brakes a little bit earlier than you do. You send it in a little later than he does. And, you collide with each other. And then by the time you're able to correct it, it's too late. And boom. Michael says, unfortunately, got caught up in the big one. Yeah, I hate that, Michael. It happens to the best of them out there. We'll see. I go back to what we were talking about with Joshua. Can he make it the distance? I mean, if he can, we know Matthew can. And we know Tyler can. We know pretty much everybody can, if he can. But that's a long...
I
got me
believe
curious,
Joshua,
Caleb. I mean, got me real curious,
Joshua Altus has put himself in a situation now where he has no choice but to stay out.
Well, you know what? I'm going to bring up
he-
Justin Carey real quick, and maybe he'll give us an insight. Justin, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Pretty good. I know you're sitting in 4th. Real quick, we're kind of curious. Do you have enough to make it the entire distance?
I'm gonna let's just say the cautions have helped.
Okay. Well, the reason we asked is we see some other drivers out there clutching, and it's come to curiosity of whether or not, obviously if you're clutching, you're going to try it at this point, unless there's something drastic change. So I'm just curious, like, wow, that's a long distance from 44 on.
Yeah, the only thing that's forcing me to try and come in is tires, but track position with all
Okay.
these cautions right now has been so
Yeah.
dire that I just don't even want to chance it.
Well, we've seen the same thing up here, unfortunately, and that's kind of what we're probably thinking too. Is that track position is so crucial and hard to pass. But Matt, tell you what, you're looking good right now. Good luck out there.
Absolutely, we're gonna try and keep it up here.
All right, there we go. Well, to kind of answer our question, Caleb, to me, it sounds like they're going to be close, but the track position is so crucial, and we've seen that at some point, that old saying, you made your bed, you got to lay in it. You're going to have to stay there. What would force Altus to have to come in? I mean, besides running out of gas, obviously. I don't know.
Yeah, and he pitted on lap 44, and he's got people behind him. Lap 52, lap 69, 69, 82, 90.
And Kerry was there
103.
44 also, so he's in the same boat that Altus is, and I was kind of curious. That's why I didn't want to give away who the other driver was. I see he's down in a room by himself, so
I think he knows.
he probably
I
does.
think he
Yeah,
knows.
yeah.
And
Green flag, green flag.
when you're on the racetrack, you know where everyone is. Especially the people that you're racing. That you're really racing back here. Three
Ross
wide
Tatum.
back here.
Yeah, Ross, I know here's the bad thing, and Justin just pretty much confirmed what I was talking about earlier. Track position, even with new tires, is so crucial. I see the urgency in Tatum because he knows time's running out. If we do get a long green flag run, never man, that's what he don't want to happen. Look up at the wall.
Lane
Who was
Holzer.
that?
Yellow flag.
Lane, yeah, and it's going to bring a caution because he's not going to be able to get off that wall. But see what happened to him, man. Unfortunate for Lane. And there you go. Some of the best of the best. On the inside, battling with the 21. He was up there too in the top 5 and then just overdrove the turn.
Ooh.
Oh, man, in the 21. Woo! Well, Justin Carey, we just talked to him. He missed that one. Well, I know he probably had to be like, unfortunate for Lane. Well, let's go back on
Absolutely.
board here with Altus. Kind of see what he's doing. Yeah, he's still clutch. Let's see what Carey's doing then. Carey is not. Yes, he does it in the turn. Now, he's obviously in fourth gear, it looks like. Well, no, he just went to fourth gear right there. He was in third before. He went to fourth because he dropped RPMs, but he is not clutching. He's opting to drive around here in fourth gear, it looks like. But you keep, again, if you're new, they keep the lower the RPMs, obviously, the less gas. In theory, that's what it's supposed to be. These are race motors, virtual race motors that are. Oh, he's not clutching. That's interesting. So if he is close, let's just say this here, Caleb, let's go out on a limb. If Kerry can make it all the way without clutching, Altus can make it with clutching. How's that sound?
Yeah, I mean, at this rate, I think he's good.
It's just
I
a
don't
matter of the
think so.
tires. Now, he did bring up that other, with the, monkey wrench there a little bit, tires. But again, with these cautions, I feel like the tires would be okay. Now, where Kerry's sitting as opposed to Altus got a little better position. He's out front, nobody's around him, as long as he gets those jumps. Kerry could find himself back here battling with somebody, and that would be a bad situation for him.
If this thing can go green, and we can have people stay out of the wall, and not spin or do anything to bring out a caution,
Yep.
Tyler Honeycutt is in the best position to win this race.
Yeah.
He's-
If it goes along there, yeah, him and Dyer. Dyer, there's pitted at lap 52. No, it's not much newer, but I'm with you on the Honeycutt. Honeycutt's definitely there. You know, somebody else is missing tonight. Oh, Ghost.
Yeah,
I'm just thinking about that. That's our title
you know,
sponsor.
and I was saying, you know, while we're on the topic, you know, our sponsor of the league, Sports Academy Youth Flag Football.
Yeah, and that's
so
what Ghost.
check out-
He actually coaches a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, and you know, it's a very good program. You can check out their website. I think it's just Sports Academy. I think if you just type in Sports Academy flag football, youth flag football, it'll pop up. I don't know the.
Just go
I
on
don't,
Google,
I don't,
look it up. I might know what that is.
yeah,
I think I looked it up
pulls
one time
everything.
myself. Was able to find it. I was kind of curious on it because I know Ghost had mentioned it a couple times, several times in the past.
You know, he's a past champ.
What's that?
He's a past champion in the league.
He is, you know, just not had the last 2 seasons that he's wanted, you know, sometimes struggle a little bit, you know, and we talk about Justin Carey. He's one of those drivers too out here.
Green flag.
You know, just not had the seasons that he wants. But green flags black to fly here. Joshua's Altus and stuff. And you see Joshua's getting to jump out. This is what I'm talking about with Carey. He's got a little bit better spot where he's going to have to battle a little bit here. He's got Garner, Tracks and Company. So good thing is, though, he's got that preferred line, which has been the outside lane all night long. Tyler right there with him. The big battle's going on here with the 79 and the mean machine there. That's old Trace and Garner. They're going to duke it out. You see guys in the back there. So we got battles everywhere going on right now. 3 wide.
Sideways.
Woo. Oh, that's Sherwood. Bob Sherwood. Up 22 again. He's up to 8. He's going, man, I just hope time don't run out.
A lot of aggression out of the 91 truck right there. Almost huge wreck out of those 3.
Wow, that's a good race, though. That's exciting for us. That's Ross Tatum, too. Tatum, man's coming to the front. Oh,
Yeah.
and that's not.
Oh, he's
well,
hooked.
you know what? We haven't talked about it all night long, but there's your product with 3 wide, and what can happen. Oh, unfortunate. Wow, let's watch again. And you know, I'm not going to take anything away from Tatum. Sense of urgency. He has new tires. He's thinking, I got to get to the front. You mentioned earlier, guys there, hey, they're holding their lines. That's just 3 wide racing. It just really don't work too well at this track. You see that truck pushed up the track. Got hooked, and then there you go.
I'd say I think the 91 of Ross Tatum was expecting the 89 truck of Bryson Clark to
Get out
slide
of it?
up the track. No, not get out of it. I mean, we're on a racetrack.
Well, I mean, he
But,
was
like,
all. Let's watch one here one more time at this angle here. I mean, because you've got to look. The 89 almost was there. Not normally, if he was as far back as he was, he would usually back out of it. But again, hey, look, you're racing for position. Like right there, it's just, I don't know. Same real estate. Everybody's just trying to take it. That's just frustrating there, Caleb. Frustrating.
Yeah, look, listen. I've now been on both sides of caution filled.
Oh, and then he missed his pit
races.
box. Ooh.
And
Just-
like
wow.
being a driver in a race like this, especially when you haven't been involved, you know, you're just, you know, I know everyone has different setups, but like I have a bucket seat, so like I would generally like lounge down. I'm just kind of like I would in my street car. I'm
You
just
fall
kind of
asleep.
chilling.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
like you might as well just put the cruise. You might as well just put the cruise control on, because I mean, what, this is like our 15th time doing
Yeah,
this.
I
tonight?
mean, it's
I know,
we
that's
won't
probably
chalk
an
it up as a
exaggeration.
bad race. I'm not going to take it against the league. I mean, it's, you know, these tracks, you know. I mean, we got Talladega
Yeah.
next, right?
Yeah, we got look. Listen, if this happens next week at Talladega, and look, listen, I
The field will be
understand.
gone by that time, though.
Next weekend, or by the end of this race, we will know tonight or tomorrow morning what the points are looking like. When we start the broadcast next week, we will know exactly who is going to do what. If Tyler Honeycutt, if something happens, or if he finishes this race tonight and he doesn't win, and he's still behind the cutoff, he will be aggressive next week.
Let me ask you a question real quick then. Do you think that even if where he's at right now, I don't know if it's a must win for him, but where he's at right now, you think he might be safe going into next week's race? Hey, look, okay, if I do have a bad race next week, I still can make it. I made up enough ground here. I mean, I don't know how that points would transfer out of this race.
So his points, he's in a very unfortunate spot. Honeycutt is. He's 12 points back. So
Okay.
where's Pursley at? Pursley
who?
Tyler Pursley. He is in 12th place. Okay, so he is the one above. He's plus 12 over Honeycutt. He's taking the last playoff spot.
Okay, so if it ended like it is right now, and it's 1 point in the position, I guess I'm gonna take it that way. He wouldn't be able to leapfrog Pursley. So he still would have to come out of it. We'll go back green. He'd still have to come out with a pretty good spot. But I'm going back to it. It's not a must-win for him here. So, with that said, and as much turmoil as we've seen tonight, it might be better for him to say, you know what, I'm coming out of here with a third place or a top 4 or top 5, rather than wreck this thing trying to get up front and win. If I'm in that position, great. Hallelujah. But maybe don't try to wreck the truck to get it done is what I'm getting at. Because I don't think even with the win, it's not a must-win for him tonight. It's more about good finishes this week and next week as yellow's out. And I'm not sure. I think that's William Chapman. Says he went off track.
Let's say he's not in a must-win, but it would be nice to win here.
Yes.
It would be nice to win here and not have to worry about the chaos that is Daytona.
Absolutely. And I'll give it that.
Or not Daytona, Talladega. I'm sorry.
Oh, just overthrew the turn, spun it. We've seen that a lot tonight. Driving the turn too hard.
Yeah.
Only way to fix that problem, back those turns up. That's one of them road racing terms. You know about that, Low in, fast off type thing, back the turn up. I mean, that's really about the only way to fix that issue there. And don't maybe get on the brakes as hard. Brake bias might help you too. Brake bias.
Yeah, you know what? Like I actually don't mess with the brake bias in my races.
But unless it's open setup.
Yeah, if it's
clutching,
open,
by the way. Let's go and carry. Carry's not clutching. So I think Altus is fine. Carry's not clutching. I think he's fine. Honeycutt do it. Honeycutt ain't doing anything regular. Unless he goes in turns.
I think Honeycutt is good.
Very good. Yeah, he's at lap 69.
How many? 24 laps to go.
Okay. Well, the question is then, who runs out of gas first? Altus or Carey? I don't want to jinx. Hey, wait, I don't want to jinx either one of them, okay? We're going to go back and watch. Man, doggone it, Joe. What's wrong with you? I don't want to jinx anyone. Caleb said that, by the way.
Honestly, if they're going to run out, I mean, they knew what they were doing, staying out. So, I mean, look, I'm terrible with fuel management.
Me too.
That's why I had a telemetry thing when I raced. It would literally green light, and that was when I could come in and pit, and I could run it full throttle all the way to the end. Because a lot of these telemetries, like these applications, they will take your average speed with the fuel mileage, and it'll give you a number.
Right.
And that number is something completely different than somebody else's. And like that's really cool. So like Joshua Altus's number could be different than Justin Carey's number.
Right. Yeah, it's all about driving style too, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, we've also been under caution for a lot of laps. So
We've got the six. We're getting down here to closing laps tonight here. Lucas Oil Clean Racing League here tonight, Truck Series, and for all the cautions here tonight, obviously it's just one of these bad style tracks. Has been a pretty good race. We've seen a lot. Seen some guys bounce back with them. We're talking about Honeycutt there and Dyer. Been able to bounce back here tonight. Justin Carey, he's up 16th. So those three guys alone have been able to really bounce back. Don't count Rob Sherwood out here yet. He gets another caution. He's going to be on their back door knocking along with Jamie Horn. Those two guys are back there in 8th and 9th respectively. If you see we go back green, Altus is there. You see Honeycutt and Dyer. Remember, Honeycutt got around Dyer on the start. A little beating and banging back there in the back. That's between Dyer and Trax. Going to be on that little battle.
yeah, if I'm Altus right now, I am making my truck as wide as possible. You
Yes.
cannot let Honeycutt get the high side. If you let Honeycutt get the high side, you've lost the race. We've seen it this entire race. All the trucks, the fast ones, are middle lane, high side. Oh, we got the 89 spinning on the front.
Yellow flag.
Yellow's out.
Is Bryson Clark, unfortunately. If I can watch real quick, see what happened.
Looks like he just lost it off the floor.
Yeah. Turns here. Battle right there in front of him. What was going on? Yeah, just probably gave a little bit too much throttle too soon. She just kept it coming
Oh,
and just drove in the wall. Ouch.
you know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've done that before.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting here. I mean, I have an H pattern, so like, you know, you'll sit there and you'll be in whatever gear, what fourth or third, whatever gears are running here, and you'll think you put it in reverse, but you didn't, and then you'll just drive right into the wall. You know, it happens
Yeah,
to the best
yeah.
of us. So,
Absolutely.
oh man,
Whew.
that little short run we seen from Honeycutt, I don't think Altus is worried as much
Unless
as
it goes green the rest of the distance. That would be the only way I see this. If we keep getting these short run cautions, I'm with you on that. I think Altus is good. If it goes green by the wheel of something for the rest of it, we might see Honeycutt get up there. Oh, we haven't seen that all night, so I'm kind of uncertain on it. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Brad Murphy's is in the best. He lets the others win. Oh, he lets the others win. Hey, that's what I do when I'm on the track. I let the others win, make them feel better. I don't want to go out there and dominate them too much.
that's why I don't race the road courses.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm up here in the booth. You know, what I mean, I want to give everybody else a chance to win. That's exactly it right there. So Alex said it, man. Why you telling my secret for, Alex? Oh, man, now I got to get out there and race now. Oh.
Man, I tell you what, I bought this is like really off topic. I bought these little tiny water bottles. Makes me feel like a giant, Joe. Like these little water bottles. I bought like 2 of them in here for the race tonight. And man,
Talking about like a water fountain thingy?
No, like the purified water, like the little case of water you get at the grocery store. I bought the little tiny baby bottles. Man, these makes me feel like a giant.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's got
Drink
like
one of them
8
in one
sips
gulp. You're good.
Yeah, it's got like 8 sips of water in here, but it's great. It's great, you know. They don't take up much room. You know, you just set them down. So, oh man,
Right.
yeah, just
Well,
yeah.
some of these drivers probably need some of that water, so hand it out to them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
How hot it's got inside the trucks yet.
Uh, Well, this water was pretty cold, so
Well, there you go. I
yeah.
drink tea, by the way. I drink.
oh, now, hold on, now, sweet tea, sweet tea.
Oh,
you know-
Evan's out there. Evan said that's why he didn't show up. Man, listen to Evan.
Oh, there's Ghost.
Oh, there is Ghost. Where y'all at? See, we was talking about y'all. Ghost. I was like, man, you know, a guy ain't out here is Ghost. Oh, Lord.
You know they have pre-sweetened tea bags.
Sweet. What is that? Oh, you
I
talking
don't
about
know.
tea?
Yeah, like the tea
Oh,
bags. They have them
man.
like no sugar added. Like you just pre-sweetened
Oh.
tea bags. We're going green here, but we'll
We
talk
are
about
going
that
green.
later.
Oh, I hate that Ghost, man. We were talking about you earlier. I said, man, that young guy out there, I ain't seen Ghost. But, you know, again, he probably's on the track, and I just don't see him because his name's Ghost. Green flag, though. Justin Carey, he's got to put himself in that position with Matthew Dyer. Ooh, a little loose in the back there. Everybody gets single file up front. Now it's going to be the time. If we go green flag the rest of the way, does Honeycutt got enough to run down Altus up front? He's been out front most of it. They are 3 wide back here. Let's go back and see what they're doing. We've seen that didn't work.
Oh, wrecking again.
Ouch.
89.
Yeah, he just got punched in the back. Again, we've seen it all night long. Guy in front maybe just breaking a different line, and the guy behind him just didn't get slowed up or get the memo to stop sooner. And just unfortunately, boom, right in the back. 89, yeah, just drove it in a little bit harder.
That's
Ouch. 89
yeah,
is
that's rough.
who? Bryce Clark. Oh, unfortunate on his end. Hello from Utah. What are you in Utah, Evan? That's what it is, Ghost. See, your last name is Ghost. You actually are probably leading the race, and we just don't see it. Yeah. Oh, we've seen that all night, Ghost. It's just a product of this track, kind of guys. You know, different braking zones. Caleb up here, he's getting frustrated. I've seen this a million times. I've seen this movie on replay a lot. But I'm not going to take anything away from the league now. I mean, hey, it's a great league, so great drivers.
yeah,
it's just one of these tracks that is just, it's a bad track. It really, really, I mean, I know a lot of these drivers are going to be frustrated after the race, and I know a lot of them are here going to be like, man, this is not what we do. This is not how we look. I agree with them. You know, this is a great league. It's in their name, Clean Racing League. It's just one of these tracks. I have seen the best of the best come on tracks be bad. I've seen the worst of the worst make some of these tracks look good. You just never know. 79, Jordan. Jordan's still up there. He's in 5th.
I would say we see our top 5. Then 94, Josh Wallace, last pit lap, 44. Tyler Honeycutt, 2nd, 69 was his last pit lap. Justin Carey in 3rd, 44 last pit lap. Matthew Dyer, who was involved in a pretty big wreck early on, last pit lap, 52. And then Jordan Trask in the 79, in 5th place, 69, same as Honeycutt. So same strategy as the guy in 2nd chasing down the leader.
I got a feeling that we just don't have enough time now, even if it goes green flag the rest of the way, for Honeycutt to make it up. He needed this thing to go with 20 to go from that point on. I think these cautions have pretty much hurt him. I say that, but you never know. Still, anything can happen.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. We may see a bump.
Daniel said, stop wrecking, trying to catch the end before going back to work. What are you on break, Daniel? You know, we do have a replay, by the way.
I'm trying to go to bed.
Yeah, Caleb up here's like, look, I'm trying to make it to bed sometime tonight. You know, he's got to get up in the morning.
I got work in the morning. So I've just finished my second water bottle.
You know,
So
I
we
gotta say, this is probably one of the longest races that we've had at Clean Racing.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I know, Chris, don't fire me for saying it, but I'm not saying it's a bad league. It's just one of these bad tracks. It is what it is. We're going
All
back
right, we're
green
going
here.
Green here.
Altus and Company. So are we going to see a green, white
Let's
checkered here
go.
tonight, or are we going to go all the way green?
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, big jump from the 94. Joshua Altus here.
Yes, he does. He said, I got to get out of Dodge away from undercut. You know, he didn't want to
He's
give
got
him
to.
any kind of chance to get on his back bumper, because if he gets on that back bumper, you know, it could be over with at that point. You see Kerry clears, man, Dyer, so he's able to get up to third, fourth place, man. Here comes Sherwood. Sherwood's like, you know what? I got to use these tires that I've got. I've got to. Time's running out if I want to even get up to the top three.
I say he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Moving.
Caution.
He was again.
Nathan Brown. Shame on you, Nathan.
Man.
Oh. The only dad's back here. Man's been drinking too much Busch Light. That's what happened. And he gets the turn. Push 3 wide right there. Not quite. Oh. Maybe a truck in front of there. I wasn't going to put that on him, but boy, Tatum, man, got out of that one close. But it looks like the truck in front of him checked up, and he had just nowhere to go. And that looked like it was just a product of wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I mean, nothing he could have done, really.
No. Nope.
They pretty much came to a stop.
Green, white, checkered. Called it. So this is the start that Altus needs right here.
Yeah. Whew. Now, this league does not have the restart zone by iRacing enabled. However, you do have to go in the restart zone. You cannot jump when the pace car goes off and you can just go. You have to wait till the restart zone. That's also something else to keep in mind, that he needs to keep in mind. Albeit he is 60 to the good, you know, and a bad race really won't affect him, or really next week. He just needs to keep that in mind, to where if he goes for the restart zone, you know, that could have some.
Well, at worst, let's say, if I don't want to jinx him, but at worst he would only finish back in 20th. 21st,
Yeah.
somewhere in that area. So, I mean, he would lose, 20 points of that 60, like you said. He would have to have a terrible race next week. Again. Which, hey, could happen. But right now, he is sitting there where he needs to, Altus. Go said and fell asleep. What happened? We're in the caution.
again.
Go said what? We're in the caution. Nathan Brown, unfortunately, just... Trucks in front, they checked up a little bit. He had nowhere to go. It was on the front stretch. It wasn't like going into turn. Just nowhere to go. Wrong place, wrong time. Really nothing that he could have done in that instance there. Kind of what we've seen kind of all night long. Different braking points. Guys getting on and off the throttle at different times. And yeah, I hate bringing up the word situational awareness, because sometimes, you know, it's easy to say that. But then again, we're not inside the trucks. You know, reaction time. I'm an old guy here, Caleb, but my reaction time's not going to be as fast as yours, probably. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough to say.
Yeah, and look, listen, we all do this because we enjoy it. We all have fun doing it, or else we wouldn't be. It's a hobby.
I have a blast
to all of us.
calling the races.
Yeah, and you know, I enjoy calling the races more than I enjoy racing. I never thought that would be that way.
Well, you know why I say that too there, Caleb? Catch off right there, but it's in races like this, you're always going to have some come out of here happy and some come out of here mad, and that's kind of the downside of racing, because, you know, we talked about the 200 start tonight with Fred. He had a bad race, but I guarantee you, if you talk to him, he'd be like, well, yeah, I was having fun. I get the competitive spirit out here. Some guys come out here and just have fun. They really get the competitiveness, and they want to have those really good starts or good finishes. And tonight could be very frustrating. As we go back green, white checkered attempt number 1. Altus gets the jump, and Honeycutt not quite clear of Carey. Here you got Dyer.
Here now, though.
And who
he's
he
on.
is. Woo.
He's on his bumper now.
Yeah, this could be interesting.
If they take the white,
Nope.
then they're working in the back.
Nope. They didn't get it in time.
They didn't.
They didn't. Nope.
Oh.
Jacob Grant. Let's go back and see what happened to him. Yeah, he threw the caution. Sometimes it says the white flag. I've been fooled a couple times when it says the white flag. I thought, okay, oh! Him and looks like the 00 machine back there.
Yeah, Tyler
Pursley. That's another guy that's in this hunt for that title. Remember, you were talking about points. This right here could be interesting because if Honeycutt, remember I was asking earlier, is this a must win? Sure. He would love to win. But let's say he finishes in second now because Pursley's back in 19th. He would leapfrog if it's a point A position. If my math is right, Caleb, he comes out of this race on the cutoff. Am I right? If it's ends now.
Also, Evan Kinney did not race. He was plus 23.
So just like that, wow.
He's back into the hunt. But if he wins, he's set. But then that shuffles the entirety.
Right. Yeah.
Of the lower half.
Yeah. I'm trying to take the win out of the equation a little bit just to see if he can't get around Altus because obviously we're going to go another green-white checker. And how much he really wants to test of, hey, look, I want to go up here and battle with Altus and not wreck. But as he sits right now, because Tyler Pursley is coming out of pit road, and he is going to be a lap down, so he will not come out of 20th position. So as of right now, what we were talking about earlier, what you were telling me, 12 laps from the cutoff is what Tyler was to Pursley. And then we'll kind of factor in all the other ones. That means he would, after this race, if it stays where it is, that means he's going to come out of his race leapfrogging Pursley, just like that. Wow. Talk about a chain of events on the last laps. That is crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, and having people not show up and the wrecks happening and involving some drivers. Honeycutt's back.
Daniel, you're still out there with us, man? I know if he had to go back to. Daniel said, "Hey, hurry up!" He had to go back to work. He's probably got his phone in his pocket, looking and going to work. Oh man, what's the finish of the race here? Come on in.
For our American football fans out there, there's 2 Monday Night Football games going on right now.
Yeah, after that last night screw job, man, I was mad. Man, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, but that's all right. My Panthers won. I don't care. My Panthers won. Finally. Woohoo.
Oh yeah. I watched that whole game. It was great.
I did. I watched that one. Woohoo.
But for our football fans out there, Buffalo is beating Jacksonville 40-10 in the fourth quarter.
No good.
And then Cincinnati at the end of the third is losing to Washington 28-20.
So then we got a chance to be. Good deal. Going back green, white checker attempt 2. Well, let's see who wins this thing here tonight because it's been a barn burner here at Lucas Oil. Altus and company up front. Joshua, man, right there at the beginning of the restart zone, he gets the jump. He takes off. Does Honeycutt, man, get around? He does clear him, but I just don't think he's going to have enough time. Well, I say he don't have enough time, but he's going to have another whole lap to maybe close that gap, but all depends on how he does in his first turn. Meanwhile, you got to look at Matthew Dyer. They're coming around. They're going to get the white flag this time here? Yes, they are. I don't know. Honeycutt's just a little bit too far back, I think.
I don't know. I think he's going to send it on the final corner.
Yeah, he's going to have to. He's going to have to get the run off here. Altus can't overdrive these 2 turns. He's just not going to be able to get the drive off. He's going to be there, but I think another lap he might have got it. Joshua Altus hangs on. Tyler Honeycutt comes home in second. Justin Carey there in third. What a good finish for these guys here tonight. Man, what a good, I'm going to say it was a good race there. At the end, these two guys been battling each other. And, it's going to be a surprise, interesting, when we go into next week because, we're at plate track next week, folks. And that battle with the cutoff line there with Honeycutt and now with Persley, with the trouble he had late in the race, it mixed it up here, but whew, crazy.
Yeah, those two laps were pretty exciting.
Yeah.
It's just I know we're gonna have races like that every once in a while, and you know it happens. Um, but yeah, we'll move on to next week, and we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely. Let's bring Tyler up here and let's get a word with him.
Hey, Tyler, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. So obviously, a caution-filled night, from the start. But you know, y- you were 25 laps to the good. Better tires than Joshua. Obviously, we didn't have the green flag runs that would really let you, put them to use. But you came home second. Better finish than what we've seen the past couple of weeks. Very unfortunate luck. Um, but it was a good points day. You should be in the playoffs, or in the playoff hunt going into next week at Talladega. But how was your race today?
It's stressful. I tried to get off strategy from everybody, just to try to get back up to the front, and it worked. And dude, it just sucked. I felt like I was faster than Josh there. If that last caution didn't come out, I was literally about to set up a run into one right there. I was gonna move him out my way, and I was trying to go ahead and lock myself in. But it's just a few people in here that just can't drive, honestly. Um, but hey, I think I'm above the cut line going into Dega now. Sucks that I couldn't lock myself in, but I'll try my best to stay above the cut line next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you are there because Tyler Percy was involved in a wreck, which was he was 12 points ahead of you, and you finished 18 positions ahead of him. So I think you are ahead of him now, which would put you in the 10th spot. Um, so that's good. You were in the hunt for next week, which is the final race at Dega. Um, but yeah, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, you guys broadcast. I'll do a good job. Can't wait to go back and watch it. My dad, he's probably watching, so shout out to him for watching these races. High five racing my team. They were trying to help me out throughout that race, strategy, and just coaching me through stuff. Honestly, when I was getting frustrated. Um, and everybody else that's in the league that makes it go, makes it work. But yeah, just shout out to everybody honestly that's involved. Can't wait to come back to Dega next week. Try to put it in the playoffs.
Yep. And congrats on your second place finish tonight, and we will see you next week as you make a run for the playoffs.
Thanks, Gil. Y'all have a good one.
Yep.
There you go, man. That's Tyler, man, bringing it home here tonight in second. It's a little close right there. Old Justin Carey, though, come on third. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Justin, you got me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Hey, man. So, we brought you up in the booth uh, on one of the cautions we had to talk about, strategy and what you were doing.
Yeah.
You and Josh were both uh, one of the only ones that pitted on lap 44 that made it to the end. Um, what was the strategy like? I mean, obviously we had a lot of cautions, and we had seen Josh was clutching. It didn't look like you were. It kind of looked like you were roaming around in fourth
Yep.
on the pace laps. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, I just left it in fourth, and I was like, my initial plan was, okay, we're gonna pit like around 100 is where I was thinking of pitting, and just cautions kept flying. I just kind of kept the track position, and I kept waiting for the guys with tires to come up and catch us, and just so many cautions happened at one time that I was just like, okay, it's make it or break it at this point. I saw Rob pit, and I was like, maybe I'll pit with him, but I was like, me and Josh pitted at the same time. And when he pits, I pit. And I almost got the broadcast curse or the boost curse, because right after you guys put me back in the in my channel, Lane got the corner and lost it, and I got by. So I was super lucky on that one. I was literally saying in the race chat that bring me back to the booth, bring me back, because that was a great look on that wreck. But overall, the race tonight was, take the cautions out of it, the little bits of racing that we did see, it was a lot of hard racing, at least up in the top 5 when I got up there, and it was a lot of fun. This track has always been like a Achilles heel to me. Short tracks have been, so to get 2 good finishes at one at New Hampshire, and then finally getting a podium here at IRP, I'm pretty happy, and I'm glad to bring Airwolf and Outlaw Desert, OP 22. Like, I'm glad to bring us all like a really good finish, especially like the struggles we've been having with the team and not being able to fill all the races.
Well, definitely, it was definitely one seeing Lane slide up in front of you and you getting around it. We called it on the broadcast, so we're happy we didn't curse you. But overall, good night. You finished 3rd. Is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I started the thank yous already, but like Airwolf Athletic, Outlaw Desert Racing, OP 22, Carrie's Lawn Service, everybody like who helps get these trucks on the track, even in sim. It's just, I legitimately, my computer almost caught on fire before this race. The power supply it made a pop, and thought it started smoking, and yeah, so I didn't know if I was gonna make it tonight. So I got like 6 fans going, and I've already got a power supply on on order to get here, so I'll be here next week.
Well, hopefully we'll see you next week at Talladega. It was a good run for 3rd place tonight. And like I said, hopefully we see you next week at Talladega.
Absolutely. Solid podium finish. It's first time it's been like that in over a season. So I'm so happy to be up in here talking with you guys here in the podium.
All right. Well, happy to have you here. And hopefully, like I said, we'll see you next week. Good finish tonight.
Absolutely. You guys have a nice night.
Have a good one.
There you go, man. Justin Carey, like I say, just coming out of here with a good finish here. This guy held them all. Josh joins in the booth. Got a copy?
10-4, Joe. I got you.
Well, man, I'll tell you what. I got to ask out there. One, was you worried that you was going to have enough fuel to make it in? We know you were clutching it there on a lot of those cautions. And then 2, were you praying for a long green flag run with about 20-25 to go, or did you like those last cautions maybe to hold off and see if Tyler had anything to get to you?
Yeah, it was definitely a weird race. It definitely wasn't our standard here at the Clean Racing Truck Series. So, I was disappointed in kind of how the race went, just because we're better than that. So, fortunately, it worked in my favor. My plan originally was going to be to kind of pit maybe every 50 laps or so, and here or there, and a lot of these short tracks kind of come down to just when you can hit the right strategy, be on the right, the right tires at the right time to kind of surge to the front. And my last pit stop was on lap 44, so I went 106 laps, actually more than that with the overtimes on the stint. So when we started having the cautions, I started feeling a little bit worried about the fuel, because it started kind of getting in that direction of like, okay, I might not pit again. I was planning on pitting, like I said, around 50 to go, and then they just kept happening. And once I got in that clean air, the truck felt so good. Even though it's a short track, like you can really feel the aero tight when you're in traffic. So I just kind of said to myself, as long as I'm in front, I'm gonna just stay. And I certainly didn't expect there to be 20 more cautions after that, but it definitely played in our favor tonight.
And it did. I mean, now I gotta ask though, would you have been a little worried if it would have went kind of green there at the end, knowing you'd been on a little bit older tires? And do you think the track position was way better than what I guess new tires would have been?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really depends on how new tires you're talking. I think I had about 25 lap different tires on Tyler, and I honestly don't know how many cautions we ran in between that. So I really feel like to have any significant tire differential, it really had to be 30, 35 laps difference. So if that next group of guys could have gotten up to me, and then we had a little bit of a longer run, I think it could have definitely been a little bit more of a battle. But the clean air, like I said, it just felt so good. And yeah, I don't really know if tires or clean air would have made the biggest difference. I just remember I think it was 2 seasons ago, we had a very similar race to this at Martinsville, and Jacob had extremely old tires, and he just stayed out, and no one could ever pass him because he had the clean air. And then a little earlier this season, Lane had a similar race at, I think it was Gateway or something like that, and we were just kind of shocked that the tire fall off wasn't there. So yeah, I mean, you start getting enough cautions, the tires, the gap starts closing, and you're able to cool them off and go for a couple laps. So definitely not the race that we necessarily wanted to have, just from a league perspective, but nevertheless, I'm happy to get back into victory lane, and I think we were going to be good on points anyway to get in the playoffs, but definitely wanted to get a win under our belt and try to mount the defense of our title here. Lane's looking really, really good. He's been kicking our butts all season, so hopefully we can kind of get a little momentum and get something to challenge him.
Absolutely. Well, you was able to hang on, put in victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank for the win?
Yeah, as always, got to thank you, Joe, and Caleb being up in the booth, OSR Network. Always enjoy going back and watching. I might have to skip a little bit through the cautions on this one because I think it'd be a little bit of a long broadcast. But appreciate you guys hanging in there with us and calling the race. Hope you were able to stay at least a little entertained throughout the carnage. But so yeah, thank you to Chris, who runs the league, and Chris said at the beginning of the night, this was Fred's 200th career start tonight. So just want to thank Fred for laying the foundation for the series, and season 21. It's pretty rare to have that many seasons in a league still. So thanks to Fred, and congrats to his 200 starts, and thanks to Chris for kind of picking up where he left off and doing a good job. So I know there'll be a lot of talks after this race about what we need to do to clean this up a little bit. So fortunately, I think this is going to be the last short track. I think maybe for the season. I don't know about the playoffs, but hopefully we can clean it up here on out. Got to thank real quick my S&B Motorsports teammates, Rob, Ross, and Matt. And it was good to have Zach Peterson back tonight. Him and his wife welcomed their first daughter into the world a couple weeks ago, so he's been out with that, so good to have him back. And then last but certainly not least, got to thank Simvar Roofing and Solar. Anyone in the Virginia, North Carolina, West Virginia areas looking to save money on their electricity bills, send me a message. I'll walk you through our REC panels and in-phase microinverters and educate you on how solar works and see if we can save you a lot of money.
There you go. Winning tonight, Joshua Altus, man, putting in victory lane. Well, Caleb, I'll tell you what, wild one here at Lucas Oil.
I mean, it was definitely a wild one. Not the best race we've had this season. But I mean, off races happen. Congrats to Joshua Altus in the 94 truck on getting it done tonight on that pit strategy, pitting on lap 44, clutching it, literally. So Tyler Honeycutt had a good race. He's in the playoffs. Points wise, he's in there. Um, and then Justin Carey having a good race, also on the same strategy as Joshua Altus. So I mean, if you look at it from, we're on the road to the playoffs and points, it was a good race for some drivers. It got shaken up a little bit by some wrecks, but that's just the way the playoffs are. So, but very excited for next week at Talladega. Should be a fun one. Um, not really recovering much from a wreck there, so hopefully people will be more patient next week.
I'll tell you what, like I say, man, we're gonna leave Lucas Oil. We go to the big super speedway next week, folks. It's gonna be a thriller here. The Clean Racing League for myself and everyone. Have a good night.